Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and ruled well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. I'm Isreal Zabak out of the GMS Dallas camp. And, this lesson here is going to, be over the 10 virgins. All right. And pretty much is going into, the nation of Israel, who have woken up to this truth. And I'm only speaking to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who the gospel of this, the kingdom of this gospel is preached to. Okay. So, before you come into this truth, the scripture, which you can read in. Let's go ahead and grab that real quick. Proverbs 21:16. Let's get that. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16, and it reads, "The man that wandereth out of the way of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead." So when you don't have this truth, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, most likely you're still in Christianity. You believe in Jesus, Catholicism, Islam, or whatever philosophy of this world that you have attained since your upbringing. Okay. So you're still in the congregation of the dead. But in this chapter here in Matthew 25, these 10 virgins, these are talking about the ones that are that understand, that know that they're Israelites, that has been awakening to this truth. Okay. So this is going into, the elect that's out of the nation of Israel, because we do know, as you can read, all of Israel is not Israel, although you might be from the seed of Jacob, but you're not the chosen and the elect. Okay. So that's pretty much what we're about to get into. So we're going to start out from verse 1. This is Matthew chapter 25 and verse 1, and it reads, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom." All right. And that bridegroom, we understand, is Yahweh Shai. Okay. And these virgins, are Israelite, men who has wakened into this truth, All right. That's this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you see. And you're going to have half of them, which is going to give an example of them, being wise, and the other half being foolish. All right. And even in this chapter here, let's go ahead and grab a few precepts. We can grab some. Let's get Psalms 119. All right, and 105. Let's grab that real quick. All right, this is Psalms 119 and 105, and it reads, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Okay. So again, these 10 virgins, they were given, lamps, okay, which is this word, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So I just want to bring out, the precept to that, so you can get the understanding of what that's going into. And when you read Psalms 40 and 7, it's going into Yahweh Shai coming in the volume of the book. So it's, not only just the New Testament, it's the Old, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. All right. Let's get, to furthermore back that scripture there, verse 1. Let's get Hebrews 10 and 7. All right. And it reads, then said I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me to do the will of the Most High. All right. So again, I just want to bring that out. Okay. So let's move on to verse 2. Verse 2, and it reads, And 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Okay. So we're going to go into bridge this verse 2 into verse 3, because again, the 5 virgins are the elect, and 5 foolish, were those who, didn't pick up the plow, and didn't do the work. All right. To make their calling and election sure. All right. Let's get a precept. Let's get Job 28. All right. This is Job chapter 28 and verse 28, and it reads, "And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding." Okay. And these are the elect, because the elect who has this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding are going to depart from evil. And that's where the fear of the Lord come in. Okay. And that's how you get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Proverbs 9 and 10. That's one as well. We can grab that one. I think this one is the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy is understanding. Okay. One more. Revelation 14 and 4. And it reads, "These are they which were not defiled with women. They are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb," and that's Yahweh Shah, "whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and unto Yahweh Shah." Okay. So these are the elect, the 5 virgins. Okay. And then you also have the foolish virgins, and we really don't have to touch up on the foolish virgins, because those are the ones, according to Zechariah 13 and 8 on down, the 2/3 that's not gonna take heed, to this word. Okay. So let's get verse 3. All right. Verse 3, "They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them." Okay. So they had this wisdom, knowledge, and this wisdom, this truth, but didn't have the understanding. Okay. So again, all is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And this is going into, the Israelite man, who doesn't have the 100% truth, who have gimmicks, this can also be a Christian who know that they're an Israelite and still think that, the Most High love everybody. And he coming to save everybody, Okay. So let's grab, it's really a lot to go into this. We can get some. Let's get Ezekiel 3. I didn't want to go too deep into it, but we'll go ahead and grab some of these. Let's get Ezekiel chapter 1 through 3. And it reads, "Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat thou thy findings, eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel." Verse 2. "So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat this roll." That's these scriptures, studying to show thyself approved. Verse 3. "And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it. And it was in my mouth as honey for sweetness." Okay. So that's what it's like when you come into this truth and you, studying to show thyself approved. This word is sweet, and it's also bitter as well when you have to go through it. Okay. Because we still in these chains of darkness, this flesh. All right. Let's get Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 20. Okay. And it reads, "There is treasure to be desired, and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spendeth it up." And those are the 5 foolish, virgins. Okay. You see? Because the chosen and elect gonna take heed to the scriptures. All right. Let's get 2 Thessalonians. Let's grab that. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. We're going to start from verse 10 through 11. And it reads, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. And that's, these other camps believe in these different doctrines, fables, like, hell is in the hell doctrine where there's an underworld that's on fire and all the spirits go there, and this red man with a pitchfork, is torturing people. Those are fables. Those are lies, not according to the scriptures. Then you have the you don't know the names of the Most High and His Son, calling on Jesus Christ and Christ God, Christ blessed, and the Father's name is Yahweh, which means He exists, okay? And Yahweh Shai, He delivers, He saves, okay? They have names, all right? So those are, a couple of examples of our people going off not having 100% truth, teaching these different doctrines as well. So that's an example of the 5 foolish virgins, all right? Let's go ahead and get verse 4. In verse 4, and it reads, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps, all right? And this is going into the elect, again, with 100% truth, teaching 100% truth out there on the highways and byways, day in and day out, like we do here at GMS, starting with our apostles and elders, on down. We walking into the laborers, of our apostles and elders, teaching this truth. And let's get a precept. This is Matthew. Let's get that. Salakia. Matthew chapter 22. We're going to start out with that one. In verse 14. And it reads, for many are called, but few are chosen. Right. And again, there's a lot of people who wake up to know that they're Israelites who are called into this truth, but there are few that are chosen. And those chosen are from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He the ones who do the choosing. Let's get Matthew 24 and verse 13, and it reads, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay, so continuing on in verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world. And that's what's happening and taking place right now while the world is upside down. It's through the prophets, because we got the truth. And it reads, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. Then shall the end come. And this is how we got the truth, because I did a lesson the other day about, Christianity. You had, I remember when I was, a younger guy, when I was 19, early 20s, and used to have these Billy Graham crusades. And this, quote unquote devil evangelists. You had Benny Hinn and all of them. They go from state to state, filling up football stadiums, of people preaching of that devil, Jesus Christ, Caesar Borgia. And they was trying to get this gospel out early of the slave plantation doctrine of the white man. See, that's what they was getting out, because they knew this truth, was here. They understood that. So now, our people are indoctrinated, with these false doctrines. And now, that the truth is out, everyone's trying to stop it. They're against it, you see? And that's how we know that Christianity is false as well, because Christianity is throughout the earth. TBN, you had all that stuff. You got it in Africa and all these nations. And it's been out throughout the earth for a long time. But see, this truth is what's that has the world shooken up, okay? And the people in it, all right? Verse 5, let's go back to Matthew 25 and 5, and it reads, while the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. So, Yahweh Shai, through his death, burial, and resurrection, he has given us this grace period. And this grace period is the time to get it right, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. Why having faith in Yahweh Shai, doing the work, the videos, day in and day out, being brotherly, okay? So this is what our focus should be on. So Yahweh Shai, he's sitting on the right-hand side of the Most High, okay, waiting to return. All right. And let's get a precept. Let's get Hebrews. Okay. We're going to get Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 3, and it reads, "How shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by Yahweh Shai," okay, "and was confirmed unto us by them that heard him," okay? So, this is pertaining, to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai in this captivity, okay, while we waiting on salvation, man. So this is the chosen and elect that's going to be, waiting on Yahweh Shai and doing the will of the Most High until he get back. We're not going to neglect the great salvation. All right. Let's get verse 6. And it reads, "And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him." Okay. So basically at midnight, that's a time when you're not expecting, really everyone. Normally at midnight, you're either asleep, in a deep sleep, about to head to sleep, getting prepared for bed, those things like that. It's just a similitude. And when you least expecting it, that's when the bridegroom return. Okay. And it reads, and also that's going into, the, Esau kingdom, falling, because when he returned, the bridegroom is this is rulership time, okay, where we being saved out of this captivity, and I'm only speaking to the chosen and the elect, So, we have a few prophecies, Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, and World War III, before we up out of here. So, we're close to midnight. We're close to that time. And we should be in preparation, of our bridegroom, which is Yahweh Shai when he returned. Okay. So that's what this awakening is. That's why this awakening is being taking place right now. So, this is the preparation time of those virgins. So this is the nation of Israel, going into these virgins, with some being wise and then some being foolish. All right. Let's get so again, I pretty much covered, verse 6, what that's going into with the bridegroom returning. And that's Yahweh Shai to come save his people. All right. The chosen and elect and a great multitude. Okay. Establishing the throne of David here, on earth. All right. Okay. Verse 7. And it reads, "Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps." So as the preparation is taking place, it's going into, what's happening during this preparation time. And we're going to get a few precepts. This is Revelation, the 19th chapter, and it reads, all right, we're going to start from verse 6. All right. This is Revelation 19 and 6, and it reads, "And I heard as it were the voice of a great multitude, and as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of mighty thundering, saying, Hallelujah. For the Lord thy power omnipotent reigneth." Verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and his wife had made herself ready. Okay, so this is Yahweh Shah returning, and that wife is the chosen and elect that's making herself ready. All right. Again, you have Judges 5 and 11. Rehearsing the righteous acts. Also, let's get another precept. This is Luke. We're gonna grab Luke chapter 12 and verse 35. And it reads, let your loins be girded about and your lights burning. Okay. So this is what's happening, what you're doing with those lamps. Okay. Let's grab another precept. Ephesians 4 and 22. Okay. And it reads that ye, we start from 21. Verse 20, Ephesians 4:20. But ye have not so learned Hamashiach, if so be that ye have heard him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation of the old men. And that's when you get this 100% truth, you're gonna change. There's gonna be a change in you, when you become and have the understanding, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that you are, the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. Okay. And when you're the chosen and elect, you're going to put off that old man. All right. And you're going to become wise. You're going to have the fear of the Lord. Your walk is going to be different. You're going to walk the straight gate. You're going to believe in Yahweh Shah's death, burial, and resurrection. All right. Verse 22, that you put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. Okay. And that's where the change comes. And that you put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. And these are the chosen and the elect. This is going into those wise virgins. Okay. Who's been preparing, okay, for Yahweh Shah's return. Let's get Revelation, the 19th chapter. Okay, let's grab that real quick. This is Revelation 19 and 10, and it reads, all right, and I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. Okay. And this is what's going to be happening before his return. We're going to be prophesying the downfall of these wicked kingdoms, starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and these other heathen nations, because they have a part in place to the downfall of our captivity, and what they have done to the nation of Israel. All right. And you can also, matter of fact, while we can get 2nd Esdras, the 9th chapter. Let's get that. Verse 9. All right. And it reads, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. For such as in their life have received benefits, okay, and have not known me, verse 11. And they that have loathed my law, which hated my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. And that's going into the foolish virgins. They weren't prepared. Okay. And that's why I had to go ahead and grab that one, and this is going into verse 9 about the unwise. The foolish virgins. Okay. And the foolish virgin said unto the wise, which we just read, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out, because they weren't preparing. Okay. Verse 9. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and for you. But you go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. All right. So these are the ones that didn't figure how about Shem Yahweh Shai, that wasn't teaching 100% truth. That was a stumbling block, to the wicked 2/3, not knowing the names, uh, calling on the wrong names, not repenting, scoffing and mocking, the prophets. Okay. So these are those foolish virgins. And grab a couple of precepts to that. Let's get the book of Revelation, chapter 22. And we grab verse 11 and 12. And it reads, He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. All right. So this is what's going to be taking place, whether you the wise, or whether you the foolish. Okay. There's a reward coming, whether you like, it's good or bad. All right. Let's grab another precept. Let's get Isaiah. All right. 55th chapter. Okay. And let's go, let's get verse 6. And it reads, Seek ye the Lord, Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shai, while he may be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Okay. And, the prophets, we're only going to be out there, Lord willing, we those men and women out there on the highways and byways before there's a famine of the word that you read about in Amos. Okay. And matter of fact, we can go ahead and get that. Let me grab that real quick. Okay, this is Amos 8 and 11, and it reads, Behold, the days come, said Yahweh thy power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Most High, Yahweh. Okay, so there's going to come a time and a point where they're going to come after the prophets, all right, before the deliverance of, the nation of Israel, starting with the chosen elect and the great multitude, all right. And you don't want those, you don't want to want that ark door to close, on you while you have the time to get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. Verse 10, and it reads, And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they were ready, went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Okay. So this is what's going to take place. And I just, that was the spirit, because the door was shut, while they were out trying to get their oil. It was too late. All right. And this is, talking about the foolish virgins. So when them ICBM missiles, is heading for destruction, it's too late to be trying to know the name of the Lord and the prophecies are taking place, because once it starts, it's going to happen simultaneously. Jacob's trouble we're going to be going through. That's why Revelation 12 and 12, how Esau will come down on the Israelites like a great flood. Okay, because he have none but a short time. All right. And you're not going to have time to be trying to go back and get this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, because this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, this 100% truth, is the stability of our time now and, in the future. All right. Okay. Let's get Luke 13 and 25. All right. Let's get that. All right. Salakia. This is Luke chapter 13 and verse 25, and it reads, When once a master of the house is risen up and has shut to the door, and you begin to stand without and to knock at the door, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us, And he shall answer and say unto you, I know you not whence you are. You see? And this is what's going to happen, when that famine of the word hit, And this is applying to the foolish virgins, which are the wicked 2/3, okay? You see? All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and, because we got the point. The point was already made, verse 11. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open unto us, which are the wicked 2/3, verse 12. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Verse 13. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. Because he's going to come like a thief in the night. That's why I said the bridegroom in verse, he come at midnight. And at midnight, there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh. Okay? Because you're going to have some that's prepared and some that's unprepared. And the chosen elect is going to be prepared. All right? So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and elect. Shalom.